After the match, the cameras cut backstage. Jack stands under the harsh fluorescent lights, still breathing hard, mic in the interviewer's hand. "How was the match, Jack? And do you see anyone out there as a real threat to you?" Jack doesn't hesitate. "Best match of the night. I won it fair. There are a few good ones out there. Blaze, I guess, but nothing compared to me." He pauses. Right there in front of him, Blaze appears. Jack's eyes narrow. "You got a problem, Blaze?" Blaze answers in that thick Eastern European tongue, low, sharp, venomous. Something that roughly translates to, "Watch your mouth, or you'll regret it." Jack just stares, not understanding a word. "Whatever." He turns to walk away. Blaze grabs him, spins him. Jack shoves back. They collide hard, crash onto the table. Blaze ends up on top, raining down strikes. Security floods in, hauling Blaze off. As they drag him away, he locks eyes with Jack and spits the words, "You're the next one I'm gonna butcher." The night ends on that threat. The next collision is set for pay-per-view. Slaughter Brawl. Jack's music hits. He steps into the ring, then Blaze's theme hits like a war drum. Blaze stands at the top of the ramp, slowly peels off his jacket, and charges. He explodes into the ring. Jack throws a punch. Blaze slips it and answers with stiff, punishing shots. Blaze runs him toward the ropes. Jack reverses. Blaze launches an elbow jump. Both men crash to the mat. They trade blows in the center. Jack climbs the top rope. Blaze is already up, racing after him, and hits a backward suplex that sends both men flying. More punches, more violence. Blaze charges again, clothesline from hell. Jack flies over the top rope to the floor. Blaze follows, drives him through the barricade, wood and steel exploding. Back inside the ring, the fight turns savage. Jack lines up the punt kick, connects clean, but Blaze catches the leg, locks in the ankle lock. Jack twists, spins free, sends Blaze crashing into the turnbuckle. Jack climbs, hits the face kick, drops for the pin. Blaze kicks out, no disqualification. Jack grabs a steel chair and starts swinging. Blaze keeps rising. One more brutal shot to the face. Blood erupts from Blaze's head. Blaze stands there, blood pouring down his face, and smiles. Jack swings again. Blaze ducks, unleashes 6 consecutive suplexes, then stomps Jack's head into the mat. Stiff shots, more blood. Blaze picks up the chair. He traps Jack against the ropes and clubs him over and over until Jack spills outside. Still not finished, Blaze drags him to a table, hoists him up, and drives him through it with a burning hammer. Then the chain comes out, wrapped around the fist. Blaze beats Jack's face until the referee tries to stop it. Blaze shoves the official aside and keeps swinging. Chain around the neck now. Jack's face turns purple, veins bulging, blood leaking from his mouth. He goes limp. The referee calls it. Blaze still doesn't let go. Security swarms. Blaze fights them off. The general manager storms out, screaming that if Blaze doesn't stop, he'll be expelled. Blaze answers by setting a chair, dragging the lifeless Jack onto it and hitting another burning hammer head first. Jack hits the floor like a corpse. The GM's voice cracks with rage. "You're expelled!" Blaze turns on him. Guards try to hold him. He blows through them. The GM runs, through the curtains, down the hallway, into the parking lot, keys shaking in his hand, engine starts. Blaze is only a few feet away when the car peels out. He stands there in the dark, Eastern accent dripping with contempt. "Pussy?" Screen fades to black. Next week, Blaze walks to the ring. The crowd rains down pure hatred. Blaze smiles like he's drinking it in. He grabs the mic. "Oh, what's wrong? Did I attack your favorite heroes? People like Jack? People who pretend to be the alphas of this company, just so I can butcher the fakes. Men like him belong in the minor leagues, not in the big leagues with the big dogs. I am the alpha, and I will conquer anyone in this company who calls himself an alpha, just so I can shut them up. And put myself as the true alpha of this company, and all of wrestling. butchering anyone who thinks they stand above me. The GM's voice cuts through. What the hell are you doing here? You're suspended! Blaze doesn't even look at him. I go where I please. I do what I want. Your words don't stop my actions. I'm here doing my job. I ain't going nowhere. The female vice GM steps in. Leave, or you'll be charged with trespassing. Blaze looks her up and down. I don't take advice from a beta bitch like you. Go backstage and let the men handle the talking. She swings. Blaze catches the wrist, sends her stumbling to the mat. She climbs out, grabs a mic, voice shaking with fury. You're gonna pay for that. Blaze just stares. She continues. I could fire you. Go ahead. I'm not gonna fire you. I knew you'd be defiant. That's why I had a backup plan. You like to fight? You like violence? I'm gonna give you exactly what you want. You're going to have a match, and we'll see if everything you say is just talk or truth. Time to back up those words with actions. She calls the name. Hinge. The lights dim. A mountain walks out. 6'9", nearly 7 feet of pure muscle. Bald, black, built like a walking nightmare. The company's Goliath. He steps into the ring and towers over Blaze. They stare. No words. No blinking. Blaze doesn't back down. He steps in and cracks Hinge across the face. Hinge doesn't move. Blaze throws another. Hinge catches him by the throat, lifts him like he weighs nothing, and drops him with a choke slam that shakes the ring. Blaze hits the mat, slowly sits up, and smiles. Screen cuts to black. Moments later, Blaze emerges slowly to his entrance music, eyes locked on his opponent the entire way. He climbs into the ring, removes his jacket with deliberate calm, and the two men simply stare at each other across the canvas. The bell sounds. They lock up in a classic test of strength. Blaze drives forward, but Hinge holds firm, then shoves him backward into the ropes. Blaze rises, a flicker of surprise on his face, and charges in again. Once more, Hinge powers him into the ropes, this time harder, then clamps a hand over Blaze's face in a mocking shove. They spin across the ring until Hinge has Blaze's back pressed against the turnbuckles. Blaze slips free and fires stiff shots to the chest. Hinge answers with a brutal headbutt that snaps Blaze's head back and opens a cut. Blood begins to trickle. Blaze circles, keeping distance, slipping every grab and strike. When Hinge finally corners him and swings, Blaze reverses and tries for a suplex. Once, twice, 3 times. Hinge is simply too heavy. He drives Blaze into the ropes with a hard elbow, then levels him with a Hulk Hogan-style big boot that plants him on the mat. Blaze rolls outside to recover. Hinge stalks the apron, then follows. The moment Hinge is halfway through the ropes, Blaze explodes with strikes and locks in a tight headlock, trying to squeeze the air out of him. Hinge powers up, lifts Blaze still locked in the hold, and dumps him with a suplex. Both men hit the mat hard and struggle to their feet. Blaze recovers first, races in, climbs onto Hinge's back, and cinches a coquina clutch. Hinge staggers toward the ropes and repeatedly slams Blaze backward 4 times, before launching himself into a full-body backward slam that finally forces the hold to break. Hinge rolls inside, Blaze follows with another flurry, then tries to finish it. Hinge catches him by the throat, hoists him in a great Khali-style lift, and hurls him over the top rope to the floor. Outside, Hinge scoops him up for a Batista bomb-style spinebuster that drives Blaze through the barricade. He follows up by lifting Blaze again and driving him through a table with the same throat lift slam. Back near the ring, Hinge tries to plant Blaze face first into the turnbuckles, but Blaze escapes, shoves him into the steel, and fires chops. Hinge responds with another headbutt. Blaze rolls inside. As Hinge tries to follow, Blaze catches him with a knee to the head, then drops to the mat and locks in an ankle lock. Hinge fights through it, rolls, and blasts Blaze off with a powerful shove. Moments later, Blaze reverses a wild swing and hits a clean suplex. The crowd erupts. This is awesome! Blaze immediately goes back to the coquina clutch. Hinge resists, but the hold is locked deep. His legs buckle. He sinks to his knees, The referee raises Hinge's arm once, twice, 3 times. It drops. The bell rings. Blaze rises, celebrates briefly as the referee tries to raise his hand, then pulls free. He looks down at the fallen Hinge, who is just beginning to stir, and offers a single respectful nod before stepping out of the ring.